Welcome students to MJC Learning. Today's topic is thermodynamics and it's fifth lecture of it. As you can see, all the previous topics were related to processes, thermodynamic processes. All the processes have been completed, only cyclic process is remaining. So students, cyclic process is a process in which initial and final state of the system will remain same and its energy will be completely equal to work done. So as you can see in this PV diagram, from state A it moves to state B by the process 1, and from state B to it moves to state A by process 2. So here initial and final state of the system is same. So students, again, thermodynamic process that return a system to its initial state is a cyclic process. Now what is this cycle? If you consider that initial state is A and move to state B and again to state A, this is one complete cycle. So one cycle is all the processes in a cyclic process. Next is, what is free expansion? Free expansion is quite different from all the processes what we have studied till now. All the previous processes were reversible or considered reversible, and to have it reversible it should be done very slowly and it should be very controlled. Free expansion is uncontrolled, very fast, and it is very different from all the processes. This expansion are adiabatic expansion and there is no exchange of heat between a system and environment. As it is written, it is an adiabatic expansion, but it is not an adiabatic process. Delta U will be equal to 0. As you can see here, two chambers. This one chamber has gas in it and another chamber has vacuum in it. It is separated by a stopcock. If you open the stopcock, gas will freely expand in vacuum. This vacuum will exert zero pressure on gas, so gas will freely expand without doing any work. So here work will be 0. As you can see, there is no heat supplied to the gas, so heat will be also equal to 0 and W is equal to 0. So internal energy is ultimately equal to 0. Free expansion cannot be plotted on PV diagrams. It depends only upon initial and final state. Next is heat engine. As you have seen in the first lecture itself, that thermodynamics is the study of heat conversion to work and work conversion to heat. So here heat engine are the devices that transform heat partially into work or mechanical energy. What is this heat engine is that heat engine is going to take some amount of heat, do some amount of work and release some amount of heat. So to grab some amount of heat, it requires a reservoir. To leave some amount of heat, it requires some reservoir. So here, if we consider a heat engine, it has three elements in it. First is a working substance, which is called system. Second is heat reservoir or hot reservoir and cold reservoir. This provides infinite amount of heat to the system, but at a constant temperature. Means that even if you take a lot of heat from that reservoir, it will be still remaining at its constant temperature. Or if you are giving a lot of heat or rejecting a lot of heat to this reservoir, it will still remain at its temperature, at constant temperature. Last is cylinder. Working substance is enclosed in a cylinder with moving frictionless and massless piston. As you have seen in my previous lecture, there is a cylinder and the piston kept in it and gas is enclosed in that cylinder. If we heat it, it will expand and the cylinder will move upward. This heat, providing heat and system doing some work on the piston and piston moving, is the conversion of heat to mechanical work. Now how we will represent it by an energy flow diagram. So if you can see here in red, there is a hot reservoir at temperature TH. So this is a hot reservoir at temperature TH, means that if you take a lot of amount of heat from it, then also its temperature will remain same. Cold reservoir at temperature TC, it will still remain at its lower temperature. Even if you give a lot of heat to it, it will still remain at low temperature. This grey pipes represent magnitude of heat. As you can see, QH is larger than QC. Here width of QH is greater than QC. You can see grey pipe there. it has higher width and QC has lower width. This circle represents engine and the arrow moving towards different direction shows work. So any heat engine works in the following three basic steps. Working substance absorbs heat from the hot reservoir, part of it absorbed by working substance is converted into work, the remaining heat is transferred to the cold reservoir. Now this all processes which we are doing, we can see it, we can take an example of automobile engine. How much amount of heat it is utilizing and how much amount of work it is doing. So to understand how much amount of work it is doing, we need to understand what is efficiency. Efficiency here in heat engine means कितना आपने heat दिया और कितना उसने work किया. Ratio of work done upon heat supplied. So this is W upon QH. As you can see, heat here QH is taken by the system, so it will be considered as positive, and QC is coming out from the system, therefore it will be considered as negative. So W is equal to QH minus QC. So now your eta, this letter N is known as eta, so it will be given as QH minus QC upon QH. Next is how we will be representing it in PV diagram. Students, this PV diagram we will be understanding in different cycles, Carnot cycle and Stirling cycle. So here we are only going to see this A to B where volume is constant and pressure is increasing. From B to C, the work is done by the gas. As you know, this could be adiabatic or this could be isothermal process. And from B to C, its volume is increasing. Therefore, volume is increasing. Therefore, work is done by the system. If volume compresses, then work is been done on the system. C to D, heat is rejected at lower temperature. As you can see, these dotted curves are at constant temperature TH and TC. So from A to B, gas absorbs heat at constant volume, and at C to D, heat is rejected at constant volume, and from B to C and D to A, volume and pressure changes. This B to C and D to A are the curves which will represent work done. This area under A, B, C, D will represent overall work done. But we know from B to C, work will be positive, and D to A, work will be negative. We will be discussing a lot about it in Carnot cycle, Stirling cycle. Next topic will be refrigerators. Thank you for hearing this lecture.